I just wanted to thank everyone for an amazing day one and recap sort of some of the activities, but also sort of pull that string all the way through so you can see sort of that story we're trying to tell. In addition, I did mention that there were a lot of conversations afoot in which you guys were chatting with folks from Fluxx, leaders, myself. I want to reflect back some of those pieces too, just to wrap it up, and then we can get it going. There's actually a full bar this time, and some yummy desserts, so you guys are set in a couple minutes. So at the beginning of the day, oh wow, I'm right there. I haven't been on that yet. Sorry, caught me off guard. At the very beginning of the day, Daniel spoke to us about the importance of both long-term and general operating support. That theme came all the way through, as you heard just a moment ago with Kathy, Tyler, and Stacy. In addition, Daniel asked us to talk about the idea of multi-threading strategies, taking the full ecosystem even around policies and sort of addressing issues. I thought those were really great sort of takeaways. Following on to that, we talked a lot about human-centered design and programming, where Katie actually went into sort of not just the definition, but the application for granting. I think that's, again, a place where we're starting to see people bring those theories, those methods into their day-to-day work, and some of you even working with IDEO-like groups to do so. Again, just another thing to think about how to create space, how to create capacity for your grantees, and giving that white space for thinking, innovating, and impact. On that, the thread then continues, obviously, because so much of what Madeline went through was really about the idea of how do we bring capacity, collaboration, and transparency front of mind to both the doers and the givers. And Madeline covered the why, Christy covered, we'll say, the how, and Sonia covered the what. All of those coming together to package essentially a planned roadmap for Fluxx. In that sense, the most important voice in that are you as our clients. So we recognize that as a framework, we need to show up to support those voices in the journey of where Fluxx is going. We can obviously lend our insights into it, but ultimately really looking forward to understanding what you guys are looking for. In those talks around the group, there were definitely themes that were kind of emerging. We heard you say you need to be able to change, hold on, where am I here? Okay, one, you need to change and evolve in a way that we need to be able to support you better. So as you guys evolve your systems, as you look to optimize, as you look to do the change management, how can Fluxx continue to show up beyond the initial deployment to really aid you through that? That was really a resonating theme. You wanted reporting, clearly. That was definitely one of the most emergent themes, and I actually, that is one near and dear to my heart as an old finance person. So that, as you heard from Sonia, has planned activities, and we'll have continued communication throughout the next couple months on exactly what it is that we're delivering to improve that. You had mentioned that you wanted to understand documentation, training, and knowledge base in the community. While that does exist, I think the formalizing of it is something we will definitely take into account. You're going to hear a lot about training in the near future. In fact, we, I think, have tripled or doubled our size of training in the last month or two. So there's a lot of work there that we think is not just coming of the group here, but things that we can offer as best practices that we've seen all the way through the clientele. We are actively addressing these issues, and the more that we can get your information, the more you guys are engaged with each other, with the regional groups, the more you kind of mirror it back to us, the better we all become. So we really are serious about that, and that's a big trend of how we're talking about things. It's not about what the platform does anymore, it's how the users benefit. It's a huge change management that takes many years, and we're actually at a point now, obviously, with Madeline at the helm, that this is just absolutely core to who we are and what we're committed to. So thank you for that. We invite you now, on that exciting note, to go actually to the bar with the real drinks. And appetizers will be in Hawthorne and in the courtyard. San Francisco will behave for at least 30 more minutes. You never know after this. The fog is starting to creep through. We call him Carl the Fog, in case you guys are, he's a person in San Francisco. Carl will probably show up in about an hour. But to that degree, there's also a photo booth. Go make your friends jealous, take pictures of San Francisco-like things. Enjoy, be back here maybe tomorrow around 8 o'clock. We will open up for breakfast and see you all in the morning. Thank you.